Hi everyone, welcome to The Ordinary Professor. My name is Dr. Courtney Pegram and I'm here with my wonderful co-host Hunter.
Hello.
And we developed this space to talk about social skills, emotional intelligence, and all things feelings. So today we're going to talk about bullying. So that's a topic that's really near and dear to my heart because prior to COVID I had a company and that's what we did. We did anti-bullying, anti-violence. I was known as the bully teacher. Yeah, and I did that and I loved it. So I want to share some of my knowledge and the things that I've learned through those past 12 years.
Also known as Bulldog Solution.
Oh yeah, so Bulldog Solution was the company. And then so the first thing, before I pass it over to my co-host to talk about bullying, I'm going to explain the definition. So bullying is using your power over a period of time to intentionally hurt someone else. Power, time, right? And with intention, right? So I'm doing it on purpose over a period of time.
And intentional means do it on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically saying you push someone, but you're not actually accidentally tripping over them. You physically.
You thought about it. So you thought about pushing him before you did it. It wasn't just you tripped over or
you tripped over it wasn't you tripped over your shoelace and fell.
Right.
It was you thought about it and then you pushed.
Right, so it was a reaction of your thoughts and your emotions and your behavior created the push, right? So now if you consistently push someone, then it can go under the realm of bullying. Now we have another term that we call as negative behaviors. So negative behaviors aren't necessarily, they don't go in the bucket of bullying, but let's call them like an umbrella. On the umbrella, there's gossip, rumors, harassment, there's negative conflict. There's what we call relational aggression. Name calling, right? So if you call someone a name once, that's not necessarily bullying. But if I keep calling you that name, then it becomes bullying.
And if they don't like it.
Oh, yeah. So that's important too. So if you call me, I used to tell Hunter, names are just words put together, but it depends on the emotional weight that word has. So if I call her a tomato, and every day I call her a tomato, she doesn't mind. She's like, whatever, Mom, I'm a tomato. Then that's not bullying. But if... Yeah, what were you going to say?
Yeah, but if you don't like the name and they keep on intentionally calling you it, then that's bullying. And also, there was this, it's if you were, let's say, it's because, a lot of words, let's say they called you... I'm just making up a random word. Door. That's the first word that came to my head.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know why or anything. But let's say they kept on calling you that every single day. It usually, sometimes when people do that, they might be going through something. And then also, they also might not know how much it hurts. Because usually people are like, oh, words are small things. They don't do anything. But they can actually really, really hurt you.
Oh, I don't know. So obviously you're a little too young for this, but when I grew up, it was sticks and stones will break my bones, but words, you heard that? But words will never hurt me. That's totally false. Words have more power than sticks and stones, right? Because words we call that emotional weight. So if I'm self-conscious, right? So say I'm self-conscious, I'm oh my God, I'm so big, I'm so pregnant. And then everyone comes around and calls me mean names because I'm so big, right? That has a lot of emotional weight and it hurts me. If I'm self-conscious about maybe I'm not good in math or reading and someone makes fun of that, then that could be a really hard emotional negative weight and that weighs on me and it hurts me. Yeah.
And then there's also, let's say, let me think. How somebody says your water bottle is kiddish. Or you know what I mean, childish, or you know what I mean, or let's say they say you don't have a good sense of style.
Mm-hmm.
Which those two things that were actually said to me before.
Right, and that was hurtful. That wasn't considered necessarily bullying, but that was mean, right? So then we're so that brings us in the whole umbrella of negative behaviors and negative conversations or saying things that are hurtful. I didn't mean to cut you off. What were you going to say?
Oh, no. And then also, but there's a difference between teasing,
mm-hmm.
harmful teasing, like not harmful teasing at all.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Oh, I cut you off, sorry.
There's a difference between teasing, and then there's also a difference between bullying. Like, let's say, like, what have I ever teased you with?
Oh, there's a lot of stuff to cracking. So I hate the cracking. So she likes to tease me, and she'll crack, and she knows it just drives me nuts, and I get all riled up and like excited or agitated, right? So that's considered good teasing, right? She's doing it to get attention, to get love, to make me laugh, to like, kind of push my buttons. Let's stop pushing my buttons while I can finish this video, okay? But the reason is it's good teasing. It's something that we laugh about, or she likes to get me like to say like, stop it, and like get upset, right? And
I do it on purpose.
And it's playful, right?
I sometimes don't do it on purpose. They're like, oh.
Oh, yeah. So that's a good example of good teasing. Now, what is mean teasing?
Like, mean teasing could be calling names once in a while and they really don't like it.
Right. Or like, so for you, can I give an example just because I know what happens in 5th grade?
Sure.
But it's not specifically for you. So like, say like Hunter's friend maybe likes someone else, right? Mm-hmm. And then that person starts teasing, right? The person that likes someone, like, ooh, you like them, right? And someone says stop, and they don't stop. They continue doing it. That's mean teasing. Now, roasting is considered mean teasing. It always goes too far. I've never seen a kid roast another kid and be cool with it. Like, it always goes too far. Remember you got roasted?
I got roasted it was
horrible.
My whole day.
It did. They went too far. So kids don't know when to stop. And so they don't know when they cross the line, and they kind of also piggyback off each other. So it can really escalate. So teasing is the first like initial phases where children are using their interpersonal skills, and they're kind of socially interacting, and they don't know when it's good and bad. So what we use, and I use in my programs and also at home, is called corrective responses. As parents, it's very, very important to share with the child the, hey, that was a little mean, that was a little sassy, or that was too much, and the why behind it, because they don't know. So if you don't spend the time explaining that, they'll continue to cross the line, and they'll easily file into that gray zone of mean teasing that can lead to bullying. So we wanted to kind of explain that, because there's a big difference, and there's so much complexity to bullying that we want to explore this with you so you understand better. So are you ready to start recapping, or did you want to share something else?
I also want to share something else. You don't want to ever mean tease or be mean, because you don't know what they're going through. You don't know what's happening in their life.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's really important.
Yeah.
You never know what someone's going through.
That should be like
a thing, right?
Yeah, like it's called like a poet or something.
A mantra, a poster.
No,
I don't know.
A quote.
It's a quote. Yeah, okay. So
it should be a good quote.
It's a good quote.
Hang it up in the office.
Okay, co-host. Wheel it in. Okay.
We'll put it right here. And just see
so anyway, let's get back to topic. Thank you, Hunter. So what we talked about today is bullying. So it's using your power over a period of time to intentionally harm someone else. That is the definition. And that is part of a big umbrella of negative behaviors, including teasing. But teasing, we talked about, can be good or bad. So there's good teasing, there's unintentional mean teasing, and then there's mean teasing. Okay. So mean teasing is, I told you to stop and you keep doing it and it hurts my feelings. Unintentional mean teasing could be, hey, I kind of pushed your buttons and I didn't know I was going to hurt your feelings, and I did, right? And then I will stop. And good teasing is just like what Hunter was doing, right? Was poking the bear. And so that's considered good teasing. So it's important to explain these to your children so they know the difference. Lastly, the thing I said about corrective responses, and when a child crosses the line with sassiness, with trying a joke, with teasing.
You've done that. You've corrected me.
Yeah, we've done it since she was 3. We would say, Hunter, this is a corrective response. You didn't do it, you didn't know, and this is why this is not okay to say. You didn't do it on purpose, right? So it's a learning opportunity. We need to teach this to our children, just like we're teaching them math and reading, because if no one explains it to them, then they don't know. And then they can get in trouble at school, they can hurt other people, and they can hurt you. So that's a wrap on bullying. Thank you for joining us today. And if you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button below, and we'll see you on our next episode. Thanks for joining us. Bye.
Bye.